road was empty. No streetlights, no houses. Only the long stretch of cracked asphalt cutting through the jungle. The summer trip had gone longer than expected, and now 6 friends, Alex, Mia, Jordan, Claire, Ryan, and Ethan, were stranded on the road with nothing but the dim headlights of their van. The air felt strange that night, heavy, like it was pressing down on them. Somewhere in the distance, a lone owl called, and the rustle of unseen creatures whispered from the jungle. They were laughing nervously, trying to keep the mood alive despite the eerie silence around them, when Jordan suddenly pointed toward the edge of the road. "Hey, what's that?" Half buried in weeds and rust, there stood a strange machine. It looked like something torn out of a forgotten carnival. An iron box, tall and rectangular, with a cracked glass front. Across the top, faded letters spelled words barely legible in the beam of their flashlights. "The Death Prediction Machine." The 6 exchanged glances. It looked old, impossibly old. The kind of thing that shouldn't even be working anymore. A slot in the middle had a dusty glass screen with faint green numbers flickering as though the machine still lived. Below it, a metal plate bore instructions. "Enter your name. Place thumb. Your fate will be revealed." The group burst into laughter. "You've gotta be kidding." Ryan chuckled. "What is this? Some prank? Like one of those old fortune-telling booths?" Ethan stepped closer, wiping away the dirt. The machine hummed faintly, alive in a way that made his skin crawl. Only one way to find out. He grinned. The bravest of them all, or maybe the most reckless. He typed his name into the faded keypad, Ethan Parker. Then, with a dramatic flourish, he pressed his thumb to the scanner. For a moment, nothing. Then the machine made a low grinding noise, and a slip of yellowed paper pushed its way out of the slot. The friends leaned in, laughing, until they read the words. Ethan Parker, cause of death, mauled by a lion, body torn, face unrecognizable. Everyone burst into laughter. "A lion? Here?" Mia scoffed, glancing at the jungle. "We're not in Africa." But Ethan's grin faded. He tried to laugh along, but something about the machine felt wrong. The way it hummed, the way the paper was warm in his hand, like it had just been printed fresh from hell itself. "Let me try," Jordan said eagerly, stepping up. He typed his name and pressed his thumb. The paper slid out. Jordan Smith, cause of death, fall from great height, skull shattered. Jordan laughed nervously. "Guess I'd better stay away from cliffs, huh?" One by one, they all tried. Mia's slip read, cause of death, strangled in the dark. Claire's, cause of death, drowned in silence. Ryan's, cause of death, burned alive. Alex's, cause of death, dismembered by unknown hands. The laughter died. Their smiles faltered. They laughed even harder, stuffing the slips into their pockets like souvenirs, joking about how they'd avoid cliffs, water, fire, and mystery hands. It was just a creepy roadside attraction, nothing more. They left it behind, piled back into the van, and drove on, still laughing, still joking. But the jungle had grown too quiet. The first death. They camped near a clearing, setting up tents under the moonlight. Ethan was the loudest, teasing the others about their fates. That night, the sound came. A low growl, deep and rumbling, vibrating through the earth. At first, they thought it was a trick of the wind. Then came the snapping of branches, the heavy thud of something enormous moving just beyond the firelight. Ethan froze. From the darkness, two golden eyes appeared, glowing, unblinking. And then it stepped out, a lion. Massive, gaunt, its fur ragged, but its teeth gleamed like ivory knives. No, this isn't possible, Ethan whispered. The lion roared, and before the others could move, it lunged. Screams tore through the night. Ethan was dragged down, claws raking, jaws crushing. The sound of bones cracking, flesh tearing, filled the clearing as the firelight flickered wildly. By the time the beast vanished back into the jungle, only Ethan's blood and torn remains were left. His slip of paper fluttered out of his pocket, stained red. The others stared in horror. No one laughed anymore. The second death, morning brought silence. No birds, no insects, only the smell of blood lingering in the air. They packed quickly, refusing to speak of the night, only agreeing on one thing. They had to leave the jungle. Jordan drove. His hands trembled as he gripped the wheel, eyes fixed on the winding road ahead. Hours later, the van climbed a steep mountain road. The drop at the side was dizzying, nothing but sharp rocks and shadows below. The others begged him to slow down, but Jordan only pressed harder, his panic growing. I just need to get us out of here. The tire hit loose gravel. The van swerved. The world tilted. The van lurched off the road, rolling, smashing through rocks and trees. Metal screamed. Glass shattered. Bodies were thrown like dolls. When it finally stopped, silence reigned. The others groaned, bleeding but alive, crawling from the wreckage. But Jordan hadn't crawled out. He lay on the rocks below, his skull split open, eyes staring blankly at the sky. His slip of paper drifted from the broken windshield, resting beside him. The third death shock numbed them. They didn't speak Jordan's name. They only walked, leaving the destroyed van behind, deeper into the jungle, because there was no road left. By nightfall, they found an abandoned wooden shack. Desperation forced them inside. Mia couldn't stop shaking. She kept muttering, "It's just coincidence. It has to be." But in the middle of the night, she woke to a noise, a rope creaking. The others were asleep, except for her. Something brushed against her throat. Her scream woke them, just as the shadow in the shack tightened the rope around her neck. The others leapt up, grabbing at the rope, clawing at the air, but there was nothing to hold. Nothing there but the sound of Mia choking, gasping, her eyes bulging. Her body jerked, then went still. The rope fell loose. The shack was empty, and her slip lay at her side, strangled in the dark. The fourth death. By dawn, only 3 remained: Claire, Ryan, and Alex. They stumbled through the jungle, thirsty, exhausted. The sound of rushing water filled their ears, and relief spread across their faces. A river, wide, cold, promising life. Claire rushed forward first, dropping to her knees, scooping handfuls of water to her lips. She drank, greedily, desperately. The others warned her to slow down, but she ignored them, plunging deeper. The water churned suddenly, violently, as though something beneath had awoken. "Claire!" Alex screamed. She was pulled under. She thrashed, gasping for air. But every time she surfaced, invisible hands dragged her back below. Her screams turned to bubbles, her eyes wide in terror as she vanished beneath the surface. The river went still. Her body never resurfaced. Her slip of paper floated past them, soaked and torn, drowned in silence. The fifth death. Only Ryan and Alex remained. By evening, they found a deserted cabin with a fireplace. They lit wood for warmth, sitting in silence. Ryan stared into the flames, trembling. "We're not gonna make it, Alex. It's coming for us, just like it said." Alex tried to reassure him, but his own voice shook. Then, the fire roared. The flames leapt higher, unnaturally high, licking the walls, spreading fast. The cabin filled with smoke. "Run!" Alex shouted, but Ryan was trapped, the fire surrounding him. His screams were the worst yet, raw, agonized, echoing through the night as his body burned, skin blackening, eyes melting, until nothing was left but ash. The slip of paper curled in the firelight, words still visible, burned alive. The final death. Alex staggered into the night, alone. His breath came in ragged gasps, his clothes reeking of smoke. Every shadow seemed alive, every sound a whisper meant only for him. He pulled his paper from his pocket, staring at it. Cause of death: dismembered by unknown hands. Tears filled his eyes. He dropped to his knees, screaming into the darkness. "Come and get me then. Do it. Just do it." The jungle answered. From the shadows, figures emerged. Dozens of pale, faceless shapes. Hands, long and twisted, reaching. They circled him, silently. Alex tried to run, but the hands grabbed him, dragging him down. He kicked, screamed, begged, but one by one, the hands tore him apart, piece by piece. His screams echoed through the jungle until nothing was left but silence. The last slip of paper, blood-stained and torn, fluttered to the ground. And somewhere, back on the empty roadside, the machine hummed faintly again, its green letters glowing. waiting for the next traveler to stop and play.